Hello, this is Ruffel Manalo from the Faculty of Nursing, Nakhon, Pathom, Rajabhat University. Welcome back to my channel. Let's discuss um, skills, the continuation of our lecture class discussion in structure and written expression of Toefl. So this time we are going to discuss sentences with multiple clauses. So what is a clause? So a clause is a group of words containing a subject and a verb. So many sentences in English have more than one clause. Whenever you find a sentence in the TOEFL exam with more than one clause, you need to make sure that every subject has a verb and every verb has a subject. So make sure also that the various clauses are correctly joined. So one way to connect two clauses is to use coordinate connectors and, but, or, so, and yet. So the coordinate connectors and, but, or, so, yet, like this pattern. She is the subject, laughed is the verb, coordinate connector but. Another clause, she is the subject, wanted is the verb, to cry. She laughed but she wanted to cry. She laughed but she wanted to cry. So there are two clauses in this sentence. A comma, as you can see, is used to separate the two clauses. The comma placed before the coordinate connector. So where it should be before. So this is your coordinate connector and this is your comma. So always take note, a comma comes before the coordinate connector. And, okay, and is used to join two ideas of equal value, adds one thing to another. Example, Tom is singing, comma, and Paul is dancing. 2. Example, I like to eat cookies, comma, and I like to drink milk. 3rd example, the president arrived, comma, and the crowd welcomed him warmly. Next, number 4 example, my mom was born in the US and my dad was born in Australia. Okay, last example, the professor likes to read, comma, and he writes in his journal every night. So these are very, very simple examples of the coordinate connector and. So again, and is used to join two ideas of equal value or adds one thing to another. Okay, number 2 coordinate connectors is but. But is used to join two contrasting or opposite ideas. So take note, this is a contrasting or opposite idea. So say for example, number 1 example, Sheila likes soup, comma, but she orders something different. Okay, number 2 example, Tom is tall, comma, but Paul is short. Next example, I put a lot of effort in the assignment, comma, but I couldn't get an A. Okay, next example, mobile phones are useful, but they sometimes interfere with study. And the last example, we would like to go hiking, comma, but it rained hard all day. So remember, but is used to what? Join two contrasting or opposite ideas. So that's the use of the coordinate connector but. Next, or. Okay, used to show choice or option. So take note, it is used to show choice or option. So say for example, number 1, Tom must write a letter, comma, or Paul will do it. Next example, he could go to the park, or he could watch a movie. You can come buy groceries with me, or you can stay at home. Shane can take the bus, or Janice can pick her up. So remember, or shows what? Choices or options in the sentence. Next, fourth coordinate connector is the word so. So is used to show a consequence. So take note of the consequence in the sentence. It introduces a clause that is the effect of a previous clause. Let's say, for example, Tom told a joke, comma, so Paul laughed. The child was feeling ill, so he went to bed. Okay, third example. The traffic is a bit heavy on the main road, so let us try an alternate route. Next, it was the week before Christmas, so the malls were usually hectic. So remember, so is used to show consequence, and it introduces a clause that is the effect of a previous clause. So the fifth coordinate connector is yet. So yet is used to join two contrasting or two opposite ideas using, okay, similar to the use of the word but. Okay, let's say for example, Tom is tired, yet he is not going to sleep. So remember, but here is replaced with the word yet, but they are similar. Okay, next example. I got a new prescription for my glasses, yet my vision is still a bit blurry. Next example. The teacher asked him several times, yet he did not answer. Okay, last example. He was hit by a car, yet he didn't have any single bruise. So remember, yet is used to join two contrasting or opposite ideas. Okay, similar to the use of the word but. So that's how a coordinate connector yet is being used. So as a homework, okay, you have to do this. Skill number 6, directions. Underline the subjects, box the verbs, and circle the connectors. Then indicate if the sentences are correct, write letter C, or incorrect, write letter I. So number 1, the missing wallet was found, but the cards and credit cards had been removed. Okay, number 2, the rain clouds can be seen in the distance, yet no has fallen. Okay. Number 3, they are trying to sell the house. It has been on the market for 2 months. 4, the phone rang again and again, so the receptionist was not able to get much work done. 5th, the software should be used on a laptop, and this computer is a laptop. So you got there 5. Now let's continue with 6 to 10. 6th, you should have finished the work yesterday, yet it is not close to being finished today. 7. So the quality of the print was not good. I changed the printer ribbon. 8. The chemist was awarded the Nobel Prize. He flew to Europe to accept it. 9. Or you can drive your car for another 2,000 miles. You can get it fixed. 10. The lifeguard will warm you, or she may require you to get out of the water. So you got there 10, right? So you have to do this in your worksheets. Okay, you have to use A4 worksheets to answer this homework. So again, you have to underline the subjects, box the verbs, and circle the connectors, then indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. So that is skill number 6. And also, in TOEFL paper big test example, let's discuss this. A power failure occurred, comma, blank, the lamps went out. A, then. B, so. C, next. D, later. So again, a power failure occurred, comma, blank, the lamps went out. A, then. B, so. C, next. D, later. So the answer for this is, okay, the correct answer is letter B because so, connector, so, because then, next, later are not connectors. So letter B is the correct answer. A power failure occurred, so the lamps went out. So the rest, you will do the answer. Okay? The rest, you have to answer in your worksheets. Okay, number 2, we waited for so many hours, comma, blank, they did not come. A, yet. B, so. C, or. D, and. So you have to answer that. Okay, third item. Mr. Thomas will retire next month, comma, blank, he can continue working until he reaches the age of 60. A, but. B, so. C, or. D, and. Okay, fourth item, or item number 4. The doctor will check his patients, comma, blank, he will sign discharge orders. A, but. B, so. C, or. D, and. Fifth item, or item number 5. He felt terribly bad, comma, blank, we brought him to the hospital. A, but. B, so. C, or. D, and. So you have to answer that. 5. Okay. Actually, there are only 4 because the first one we already have discussed the correct answer. So you have to take note. You have to answer this as your homework. Skills number 6, 10 items. And TOEFL paper test, another 4 items. All right, so let's move on to skill number 7. So on skill number 7, this is the use of adverbs of time and cause connectors correctly. So by the way, what is an adverb of time clause? An adverb of time clause is introduced by an adverb of time connector. So what are these adverb of time connectors? After, as long as soon as, before, by the time, once, since, until, when, whenever, and while. So sentences with adverb clauses have 2 basic patterns in English. So let's find out in pattern or format 1. Okay, the connector comes in the middle of the sentence. Okay, in the middle, take note. So say for example, I will sign the check before you leave. So where is the connector? It's in the middle. So let's analyze. So in clause 1, I is the subject, will sign is the verb. In clause 2, you is the subject, leave is the verb. So before is where? Adverb of time, connector because it connects clause 1. It connects clause 1 to clause 2. So it's in the middle. So take note, the connector comes in the middle of the sentence in pattern 1 or format 1. I will sign the check before you leave. Okay, I will sign the check, clause 1 or sentence 1. You leave is clause 2 and the connector adverb, okay, time connector is in the middle. So take note of that. In pattern number 2, okay, what is this? In pattern number 2, the connector comes at the beginning of a sentence and a comma here is required in the middle of the sentence. So what is in the middle? It's the comma because adverb clause is where? Is at the beginning of the sentence in clause 1. So let's analyze. Before you leave, I will sign the check. You, subject, Leave is the verb in clause 1. In clause 2, I is the subject, will sign is the verb. So before, an adverb of time connector is found where? At the beginning of the sentence. Before you leave, comma, I will sign the check. So again, pattern 1, the connector is in the middle and the adverb time connector is before the sentence here. So take note of that. So this one, an adverb of course answers the question why. So this is another one, an adverb clause connector. So in adverb clause connector, there we have this. Okay, we can see this connectors here: because, as, in as much as, now that, since, in order that. So let's say, for example, because it was raining, Teresa went inside. So let's analyze. Clause 1, it was raining. So it is the subject, was raining is the verb. In clause 2, Teresa is the subject, went is the verb. So the adverb cause connector, because, is where? It's at the beginning. Its position is at the beginning. A comma is needed in the middle of the sentence. However, this is a what? Take note. Adverb clause connector. It's no longer adverb of time connector, but it is an adverb clause connector in skill number 7. So take note, we use the connectors because, as, in as much as, now that, since, in order that. So number 2 example, Teresa went inside because it was raining. So let's analyze. Clause 1, Teresa went inside. Teresa is the subject, went is the verb. In clause 2, it was raining. It is the subject, was raining is the verb. So adverb cause connector, because, is where? In the middle of the sentence, but there is no comma. So take note, in example number 2, there is no comma. So please don't be confused with this. Okay, so example number 1, it has a comma in the middle and the adverb cause connector is at the beginning. But here, there is no comma and in the middle is what? There you can find the adverb cause connector. Okay, in this example, we have the word because as a connector. So in skill number 7 of adverb time and cause connector, you have to answer this in your worksheets. So now the directions here, you have to underline the subjects, box the verbs, and circle the connectors. Then indicate if the sentences are correct, write letter C, or incorrect, write letter. So number 1, item number 1. Since the bank closes in less than an hour, the deposits need to be tallied immediately. Item number 2. Their backgrounds are thoroughly investigated before are admitted to the organization. Item number 3. The citizens are becoming more incensed about traffic accidents whenever the accidents occur at that intersection. Fourth item, or item number 4. The ground had been prepared. The seedlings were carefully planted. Okay, item number 5. We can start the conference now that all the participants have arrived. Item number 6. The building quiet, vulnerable to damage until the storm windows are installed. Number 7. Once the address label for the package is typed, can be sent to the mail room. Okay. Item number 8. Because the recent change in work shifts not posted, several workers missed their shifts. Item number 9. The mother is going to be quite upset with her son as long as he misbehaves so much. 10. Item number 10. Inasmuch as all the votes have not yet been counted, the outcome of the election cannot be announced. So you got 10 items to answer the adverb time and cause connectors. So let's move on with skill number 8. So in skill number 8, this is the use of other adverb connectors correctly. So what are these other adverbs connectors? So as a condition, we can use these connectors if, in case, provided, unless, whether or not, even if, in the event. And for the contrast, we will use the connectors although, even though, while, whereas. For the manner, okay, other adverb connectors for manners, we can use the connectors as, and in that. For the place, okay, other adverb connectors for the place, we can use where or wherever. So let's say, for example, okay, number 1, if you save some money, you can buy a new phone. So where is the connector? It's at the beginning, and there is a comma in the middle. So take note of that. Number 2 example, you will be late for school unless you hurry. So what is this? It's in the middle and there is no comma. So the connector is the word unless. Number 3, even though you are 13 years old, you can't go to that movie. So where is the connector? It's at the beginning. So the connector here is the words even though. Okay, number 4 example. James didn't win the game, although he gave it his best effort. So there's no comma, and the connector is in the middle. The connector here is the word although. Okay, number 5. Item number 5, example number 5. Wherever there is music, people will dance. So where is the connector found? It's in at the beginning and there is comma in the middle. Okay, number 6 example. You can drop by for a visit where we're staying for the summer. Okay, there's no comma, however, the connector is in the middle. So number 7 example. The girl glides as she walks into the ballroom. So there is no comma and the connector is at the middle. So it's either of the two. The connector can be at the start with the comma in the middle, or the connector is at the beginning and there is a comma in the middle. Or there is no comma in the middle. However, there is a connector instead of a comma in the middle. So take note of that. So in skill number 8, you need to answer this skill, other adverb connectors. So you have to underline the subjects, box the verbs, and circle the connectors. Then indicate if the sentences are correct, write letter C before the number, or incorrect, write letter I in before the number. So number 1, item number 1, it is impossible to get the program if you lack experience. Number 2, the commandant left strict orders. Several soldiers left the post anyway. Item number 3, no one is admitted to the academy unless he or she the education requirements. Okay, item number 4, while most students submitted the assignment on time, a few asked for an extension. Okay, number 5, item number 5, I will wait here at the airport with you whether the plane leaves on time or not. Okay, number 6, item number 6, I will take you wherever need to go to complete the registration process. Okay, item number 7, providing the envelope is postmarked by this Friday, your application is still acceptable. Item number 8, as the nurse already explained, all visitors must leave the hospital room now. Item number 9, this exam will be more difficult than usual in that it covers 2 chapters instead of 1. Item number 10, though snow had been falling all day long, everyone got to the church on time for the wedding. So you got how many? You got 10 items in skill number 8 to answer other adverb connectors. So, for the unit test, please don't forget to answer this skills number 6 to 8. So this is a TOEFL exercise. You have to choose the letter of the word or group of words that best completes the sentence. Okay, item number 1. The President of the United States appoints the cabinet members, comma, blank appointments are subject to Senate approval. A, there. B, with there. C, because there. D, but there. Item number 2. The prisoners were prevented from speaking to reporters because black. A. Not wanting the story in the papers. B. The story in the papers the superintendent did not want. C. The public to hear the story. D. The superintendent did not want the story in the papers. Third item. Like Thomas Berger's fictional character Little Big Man, Lauderdale managed to find himself where blank of important events took place. A. It was an extraordinary number. B. There was an extraordinary number. C. An extraordinary number. D. An extraordinary number existed. Item number 4. Black suck groundwater from below. Some parts of the city have begun to sink as much as 10 inches annually. A. Pumps have. B. As pumps have. C. So pumps have. D. With pumps. Item number 5. Case studies are the target of much skepticism in the scientific community, blank, used extensively by numerous researchers. A. They are. B. Are. C. Yet they. D. Yet they are. Item number 6. According to the hypothesis in the study, the monarchs pick up the magnetic field of the blank migrate by following magnetic fields. A. Target monarchs. B. Target since monarchs. C. Target since monarchs are. D. Target. Item number 7. Blank show the relations among neurons. They do not preclude the possibility that other aspects are important. A. Neutral theories. B. A neutral theory. C. Although neutral theories. D. However neutral theories. Item number 8. Blank or refinanced. The lender will generally require setting up an escrow account to ensure the payment of property taxes and homeowners insurance. A home is. B. A home is bought. C. When a home. D. When a home is bought. Item number 9. If ultraviolet radiation enters the Earth's atmosphere, blank generally blocked by the ozone concentrated in the atmosphere. A. It. B. It is. C. So it is. D. Then it. Number 10. Item number 10. Among human chromosomes, the Y chromosome is unusual. Black. Most of the chromosomes does not participate in meiotic recombination. A. In. B. So. C. And. D. In that. So that's it for you to answer in your worksheets after you listen to this video clip. So if you have any inquiries, you can send me an email. You can send me a private message to my line, or you can connect me or contact me through Facebook Messenger. So thank you very much, and stay safe. See you again next time.